Welcome everyone to this new video. In this video, we'll be using Terraform with Cisco ACI resources. As we know, ACI is Cisco's SDN, software-defined networking, which makes deploying networks and application much easier in less time. Any managed object that we can create using RestAPI or Python or Ansible, we should be able to do with Terraform resources. One thing that I like about using Terraform is the states it keeps. So we can always go back to our states and check what was done, and then we can individually either apply or destroy those states. So for this video, we'll be using Terraform resources like tenant, application profile, EPG, bridge domain, and then creating contract and then filter and assigning those contract to the EPG. Let me show you my Terraform file. So this is the Terraform file that I'll be using to configure my ACI. As you can see at the top, I'm giving it the provider, which is ACI, and this is the source. It's going to download the module for ACI. Then I have my username and password with the URL for ACI, and then in the main code, we can see the resources that I'm calling. I'm using ACI tenant, and then ACI application profile. I'm using ACI application EPG, and then I'm mapping the EPG to domain resource. I'm creating a ACI VRF. Within the VRF, I'm going to create a bridge domain. That bridge domain will have a subnet, and that subnet information is in a variable file, which needs to be in the same directory as your Terraform main file. The next resource I'm calling is ACI contract. And then within the contract, we'll have a subject. And in a subject, we'll have the filters. I'm just simply creating a very simple filter with SSH. And then lastly, I'm going to just associate the contract with the EPG. So as you can see, this small code can create basically a full tenant with application profile and EPG in no time. So that's the power of Terraform. Let's go and run this quickly in Terraform. We're gonna first do a plan to verify to see what it's gonna create, and then apply the Terraform. So I'm in my Terraform command prompt. The very first command that we're going to use is terraform init to initialize the directory that contains the Terraform file. So it can download, it can basically validate the code and download any required modules. And the command for that we know is terraform init. It's initializing the modules. We don't have any backend configured. So it has successfully initialized. The next command is to see the output of the plan that's in the code. And the command for that is terraform plan. It's going to go through the code, and it's going to show us what will be configured. As we can see that the plan shows 12 to add, 0 to change, 0 to destroy. So as we can see, it's going to create application EPG, and the required argument here is the name, which is APG1. The next one is application profile. And again, the required argument that we gave is the app profile. And we can see the next resource that is going to create is the bridge domain with the name tenant BD1. It's going to create the contract with the filters and the filter entries. And we can see that it's creating the subject. It created the contract to EPG. And we see that it's creating the domain mapping for the EPG. And finally, we see the filter entry. And we see the bridge domain subnet that is getting it from the variable file. We see the tenant name. And we see the VRF. So now that I'm satisfied with the Terraform plan and how it's going to create those entries, the next command that I'm going to run is Terraform apply. But before I do that, let's go back to my Cisco ACI infrastructure tool so I can see that those resources are not configured. As you can see, I'm in my tenants menu and I don't have a test tenant created here. So once I run the Terraform apply command, it should be able to create the tenants application profile, APG, bridge domain, VRFs, and the contract. So let's go back to Terraform and run that command. The command is again Terraform apply. And I'm going to give it the auto approve so it doesn't prompt me for saying yes or no. Once it starts running, we'll go back to ACI to see in real time on the resources that it's going to create. Okay, so it's running now, and let's go back to ACI. And we can see that it created test tenant. Right now we have 0 bridge domain, but it should be creating the bridge domain in a second here. It did create the VRF, still doing the EPG yet. And if I refresh, I can see that EPG is created and also the bridge domain is created. So let's go in the test tenant to verify the resources. In the test tenant, we can see that application profile is created. It's called app profile. And under that, we should have EPG1. And if we go in the EPG, we should be able to see the bridge domain that is mapped to. It's tenant bridge domain 1. And let's see if the contract was applied to the EPG. Yeah, and we can see that ACI con SSH is provided and is in consumed state. Let's confirm the bridge domain. Bridge domain is there. And we should also have the subnet information there. And the VRF, tenant VRF is also created. Now notice that we can see a blue circle under the resources that were created via Terraform. So whenever you create a resource via Terraform, you're going to have this blue circle, which indicates that it's created using Terraform. Okay, so let's say we want to roll back this change. We'll go back to Terraform and run the Terraform destroy command. The changes, we will use the Terraform destroy command, and I'm going to try that here, Terraform destroy. I'm also going to use the same auto approve switch, so I don't have to say yes or no for the Terraform to confirm. While it's doing that, let's go back to ACI to see in real time that the test tenant is deleted with all of its resources. Yeah, we see the change, and we see that there is no test tenant anymore. So let's go back to Terraform destroy operation, and you can see that destroy completed, and it destroyed 12 resources. So basically, all the resources, the 12 resources that were created earlier, are now gone. So this shows you how powerful Terraform is and how you can create a full tenant with basically using few resources. So I hope you like this video. Please enjoy it and give your feedback. Thank you.